deep dive. Today we're jumping into a place that's really buzzing in the real estate world, Sindhudurg. It's right there on India's beautiful Konkan coast, and, well, it's quickly becoming a serious hotspot. Lots of interest, not just locally, but from all over. Now, for you, if you're maybe looking at emerging markets, thinking about a smart investment, understanding what's really going on is crucial. So our mission today, to unpack who exactly is buying or investing in Sindhudurg right now. We'll dig into why they're choosing this spot, what kind of properties they're actually after, and the amenities that really matter to them. It's not just about facts and figures. It's about understanding the who and the why.
Yeah.
That's how you spot the real opportunities, right?
Absolutely. And what's so interesting here is it isn't just one type of person heading to Sintudurg, not at all. It's more like a tapestry, really. Different people, different dreams, different financial goals. And getting a handle on these varied preferences, it's vital, especially if you're a developer or an investor trying to make a mark there. You've got to build what people actually want, not just what you think they want.
Okay, let's get into that then. Who are these people looking at Sindhudurg? It's clearly not just one group.
No, definitely not. It's a fascinating mix, which says a lot about Sintudurg's appeal. First up, a really big group, urban investors. These folks are mainly from the big cities in Maharashtra like Mumbai, Pune. But we're seeing more from other metros too, Bengaluru, even Delhi. Often they're, professionals, maybe high net worth individuals. And what are they looking for? Usually a second home or a weekend escape. Maybe just a smart investment that's different from the usual suspects. Think about it. Goa is amazing, but it's gotten really expensive, pretty crowded. Sindhudurg offers that same kind of natural beauty. Beautiful beaches, greenery, but, well, it's more affordable to get in, and there's that potential for growth. So for them, it's a change of pace, an escape, and maybe diversifying their investments a bit.
Right, so they're actively choosing it over places like Goa, looking for value and maybe peace.
Precisely. And very much related are the second home buyers. This is a huge trend nationally, actually. They're looking for a leisure property, mainly for themselves, but they often keep an eye on maybe renting it out sometimes. For this group, Sintudurg is a real lifestyle upgrade, a personal escape from the city noise, the stress, the pollution. Imagine swapping traffic jams for, waking up to the ocean sound, cleaner air, cleaner water, a slower pace. It's not just buying bricks and mortar, it's investing in their well-being, quality of life.
Yeah. I can see the appeal. That makes a lot of sense. Who else is in the mix?
Well, you can't ignore the non-resident Indians NRIs. They're always a significant force in Indian real estate, and they're definitely looking towards places like Sindhudurg now. For NRIs, it's often a mix, isn't it? Part emotional, owning a piece of home, and part hard-nosed finance. They see the potential for property values to go up, the exchange rates can be favorable, and it diversifies their investments globally, compared to maybe investing in, say, central Mumbai, where prices are already sky high. A place like Sintudurg looks like it has more room to grow. We're seeing interest from the Gulf, the US, UK, Europe. They recognize this window. And then, kind of interestingly, retirees. That's another group that's growing. They're buying specifically for retirement. They want peace, affordability, nature close by, basically a quieter life, maybe a nice community feel, living comfortably without big city expenses. Sindhudurg offers that. And the local infrastructure, like healthcare, is improving, making it more practical.
So not just holidays, but actually setting up life there post-retirement.
Absolutely. And linked to that leisure angle, you have the dedicated holiday home seekers. This group is really focused on rental income, properties that can earn their keep when they're not using them. They might look for places that are fully managed, maybe in a resort setup. Makes it easier. Now, most of the buzz right now is external, but we should also think about the local population. With things like the new Adali Pharma Hub coming up that's expected to bring a lot of jobs and tourism growing, we could see locals wanting to upgrade or buy new homes as their incomes rise. Their needs might be different, maybe more focused on family homes near amenities.
Okay, so it really is a wide range. You've got wealthy NRIs looking for luxury, urbanites wanting a lifestyle shift, retirees seeking peace, investors chasing yields. That's quite a mix converging on one region. That diversity is really telling. But let's dig into the why a bit more. This is where it gets super interesting, I think. What are the main things pulling these different groups to Sindhudurg? What's the secret sauce here, beyond just being on the coast?
It's a mix of factors, and the timing seems just right. The biggest driver, almost across the board, is lifestyle enhancement. People are genuinely trying to get away from city life, the traffic, the pollution, the stress. It's a real thing. They're looking for calm, maybe a focus on wellness, cleaner air, definitely cleaner water, a slower pace of life. And Sindhudurg really delivers on that promise. You've got the landscapes, the beaches. It's a different rhythm. It's not just a vacation, it's almost like a commitment to a healthier way of living for many.
That sounds like exactly what so many city dwellers are craving right now. But okay, lifestyle is one thing. What about the money side?
hmm
That's always critical for investors.
Oh, absolutely. The financial appeal is strong. A big part of that is the potential for rental income. We're hearing reports of average rental yields around 7.2% for the district.
Wow.
Well, that's pretty exceptional. Just for perspective, in big cities like Mumbai or Bangalore, you might get 2-3% yield on a good residential property, maybe less. Even popular holiday spots like Goa might be around 4-5%, so 7.2% in Sindhudurg. It suggests demand is really outstripping supply for good rental places right now. Investors can potentially get really solid income streams. And then, of course, there's the hope of long-term capital growth. People are motivated because they've already seen significant appreciation reports mention 25% to 40% increases in recent years, and it doesn't feel purely speculative. It seems linked to real developments, the infrastructure improvements, the economic diversification plan. The market's growing up fast, and early movers hope to benefit from that curve.
Wow, 7.2% yield and 25-40% appreciation. Those are definitely numbers that make investors sit up and take notice. What's underpinning that growth, making it seem sustainable?
A massive factor has been improved connectivity. It's just so much easier to get there now. You've got the MOP International Airport in North Goa, which is basically just next door, fully operational, plus the local Chipi Airport in Sindhudurg itself. And that Konkan Expressway is getting very close to completion. It used to feel quite remote, Sindhudurg. Now, it's a short flight or a much quicker drive from Mumbai or Pune. Omope, for example, has shaved hours off the journey time. That makes it a genuine weekend destination, not just a long-haul holiday spot. This accessibility has just blown the potential market wide open. And we're also seeing the big impact of modern work trends. Work from home, hybrid models, even workations. It's now totally feasible for people to live and work from somewhere scenic like Sindhudurg for weeks or even months. It's not just about holidays anymore. People might spend a significant chunk of time there, living well while staying productive. And that fuels a demand for rentals, sure, but also for properties people can buy and use as a proper home office space. Another point is comparative affordability. Let's be honest, compared to Goa, Sindhudurg is just much more affordable right now. You can get similar, maybe even better natural beauty, those untouched beaches, the backwaters, but your money goes further. Investors can maybe get a bigger plot or a nicer villa than they could for the same budget in a more established market. And lastly, don't underestimate the growing trend of wellness and eco-consciousness. People increasingly want eco-friendly, sustainable living. Sintudurg, with its nature and developing wellness focus, fits that perfectly. They might want properties that blend into the landscape, maybe offer organic gardens, yoga spaces, that kind of thing. And for NRIs and other investors, all these points kind of merge into seeking good returns, long-term stability, diversifying their assets, and planning for retirement.
So it really sounds like Sindhudurg is hitting a kind of sweet spot. It offers the escape, the better lifestyle, and it looks like a smart financial move. That's a pretty rare combo, delivering on both the dream and the dollars. Okay, that blend of lifestyle and finance is clearly powerful. So for someone looking to get involved, does this mean we're seeing totally new kinds of properties popping up? Or are they adapting existing ideas? What are buyers actually looking for? The specifics, types of houses, amenities.
Right. This is where those motivations turn into actual demands. And yes, we see very clear preferences. Overwhelmingly, people want low-rise properties. It's a definite reaction against high-rise city living. Specifically, villas either standalone or in small clusters, and plotted developments are really popular. Plotted developments let buyers build their own custom home, which appeals to many. These options give you more space, obviously more privacy, and that direct connection to nature people are craving. It lines up perfectly with the second home buyers, the lifestyle seekers, the retirees. They want space, maybe a garden.
So owning your own patch of green, essentially,
Yeah,
a bit of breathing.
exactly. And developers are responding. We're seeing these large-scale integrated townships starting to emerge. These are planned communities, often gated with maybe villas, farmhouses, sometimes service departments too, often built around a theme like wellness or eco-living. Now, while plots and houses are the main focus, apartments are still part of the mix. They cater to different budgets, or maybe people who want less maintenance, that lock and leave convenience. But even the apartments tend to be low-rise with lots of green space, very different from a typical city block. And then amenities. Buyers expect modern comforts, almost a resort feel within their community. The basics they look for. Definitely clubhouses for socializing, swimming pools and infinity pools are a big plus, blending with the view. Also, good gyms, landscaped gardens, maybe party lawns, and safe kids' play areas. These are pretty much standard expectations now.
It sounds like they want these self-sufficient little bubbles where everything for relaxation is right there.
That's a good way to put it. And security is absolutely crucial. Good systems, 247 guards, CCTV. It's non-negotiable, especially for people who aren't there all year round. Then at the higher end, the luxury segment, you see demands for things like private elevators, maybe individual plunge pools, even rooftop pools for some villas. And at the other end, for the wellness-focused projects, buyers are actively seeking dedicated wellness zones, areas for organic farming, maybe Zen gardens, Ayurvedic spas on site. Location is still vital too, of course. People want to be reasonably close to attractions like the famous beaches Tarkarli, Devgad, and also near central infrastructure, the airports, any developing leisure hubs like water sports places or cultural spots. And importantly for the WFH crowd, things like proper home office spaces, maybe soundproofed and really reliable fast internet, that's becoming a must-have.
It's really clear they're not just buying a building. They're buying into a whole lifestyle package, aren't they? They want the property to support how they want to live, whether that's relaxing, retiring, or even working remotely. Okay, so pulling all this together, what does this deep dive into who's buying, why they're buying, and what they want? What does it really mean for you if you're considering this market? Why is knowing all this so critical for making a smart move?
It's absolutely fundamental. It shifts your perspective from just guessing to making informed decisions. Firstly, it shouts loud and clear. A generic approach won't cut it in Sindhudurg. Offerings need to be highly tailored. You need to think, okay, are we building a wellness community for retirees, focusing on accessibility and peace? Or are we doing fully managed villas targeting holiday investors who want zero hassle and maximum rental income? Or maybe premium plots for high net worth buyers who want total customization? That level of specificity is key. Understanding this also helps with market differentiation and getting a premium. If you develop a project that genuinely delivers on wellness or serious eco-friendly design, something that really resonates with those buyer desires, you can often charge more. We're seeing properties with well-thought-out wellness features command maybe 10–15% higher prices because they're selling more than just a house. They're selling a specific desirable lifestyle. Sustainability is also a huge plus now, attracting buyers willing to pay for real green features.
So it's about creating a unique value proposition, not just competing on price or basic features.
Exactly. And it points towards more sustainable demand. When you integrate things like proper home offices and great internet, Sindhudurg becomes viable for people to stay much longer, not just for a week's holiday. This potentially creates more year-round demand, moving beyond just the peak tourist season. For investors, that means potentially steadier rental income. It diversifies when you can earn revenue. This knowledge also heavily influences strategic positioning. That clear preference for space, privacy, nature, it tells developers to maybe focus more on plots and villas, and where you build becomes critical. Retirees might want quieter areas near good clinics. Holiday renters might want to be right near the beach action. You really need to understand the micro markets, which leads to the final point, navigating a segmented market. Sindhudurg isn't one single market. It's got different hotspots driven by different things. Maybe the Vengerla area attracts high-end villa buyers, while Konkavi is better for affordable plots appealing to locals upgrading. Understanding which segment is drawn to which specific area and what they want within that area is vital for targeting effectively. It moves investment away from just hoping for the best, towards creating developments that meet real needs and therefore hold real long-term value.
That really brings it all together. So quick recap. We've seen this diverse range of buyers in Sindhudurg: urbanites, NRIs, retirees, holiday investors. We've looked at their motivations, that powerful mix of wanting a better lifestyle and seeing strong financial potential, like those impressive appreciation rates and rental yields. And we've drilled down into what they want. Low-rise living, villas, plots, plus modern amenities covering everything from pools and gyms to wellness zones and essential WFH setups. It paints a really vibrant picture of who's drawn to Sindhudurg and why, giving you, hopefully, a much clearer view if you're considering the market.
And it does leave you with a fascinating thought, doesn't it? As Sindhudurg keeps growing, keeps evolving based on these very preferences, how will buyer expectations change next? And what new opportunities might pop up for those who are really paying attention to these shifts?
That's a great question to ponder. The market never stands still. Thanks so much for joining us on this deep dive into Sindhudurg. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and we'll catch you on the next one.